remain one of the leading causes of deaths of children in South Africa. Over the years, South Africa has seen a surge in scholar transport crashes. As the week marks Child Protection Week, we focus on the safety of children on the roads. Wheel Well, a non-governmental organization dedicated to enhancing child road safety, says it is essential to prioritize education infrastructure improvements and enforcement of traffic laws to prevent these tragedies. We speak now to Wheel Well founder, Peggie Mars. Good morning, Peggie. Welcome to Newzroom Afrika.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Firstly, Peggie, thanks for taking the time to speak to us today. Can you
You're
start by telling
welcome.
us a bit about Wheel Well Child Protection Week and Youth Month? What inspired you to start this initiative?
Well, Wilwell was born from that harsh reality that every day children die on our roads, unnoticed and very much unprotected. Child Protection Week is about sharp focus on our children, on their vulnerability, on their inability to keep themselves safe, on the need for others to look after them, us, the adults in the room. But it is also very important that we consider children as road users. They are our most vulnerable road users, especially the children of the poor. And we need to think about that during this week.
And what are your thoughts on the most critical issues facing children when it comes to road safety, and how can we work together to prevent accidents and fatalities?
Certainly, 68% of our children walk to school, and this is on dark roads. They are not seen by motorists, and the result is that 2 child pedestrians die every single day. 80% of our children in private vehicles are not in car seats, and the biggest barriers to car seats are the ignorance of how important they are. Parents are just not aware of how car seats will keep their children safe. And the other one is, of course, affordability. So we'll try and address these issues. But we also talk to law enforcement about what needs to be done to keep the road safe for our children. You know, things like slowing down around school zones. A 30 kilometer per hour speed limit should be around all our schools. Every school should have a safe pedestrian crossing with a scholar patrol, but also very importantly, we need a national school transport policy that assigns rights and responsibilities and repercussions to all the parties involved in getting our children to school.
What about a third-party policy? Because just the other day, literally last week, I saw a child, approximately 3 or 4 years old, hanging out of the car window while the parent was driving. I almost lost my mind. But are there
Yeah.
any third-party policies where we can report this irresponsible behavior?
It can be reported to the RTMC. They have a reporting line on their website, but that is a parent that we haven't reached yet with our safety message. And that is why I'm so happy that we are talking this morning. You know, children are very, very vulnerable. Their bodies are fragile. They do not have the ability to assess risk, meaning that they don't know what is dangerous yet.
Their
And
minds are
it is
fragile. Their minds are fragile.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And so it is us, the adults, that have to look out for them.
Mm.
And it is the responsibility of the driver to make sure that everybody is safe. That child hanging out the window, you just need to brake sharply because somebody in front is stopping and your child falls out in a road with other moving vehicles. You know, it is crazy.
Yeah. And
So
what are some other common mistakes that parents make when it comes to child safety in vehicles? How can they be avoided?
certainly. So first of all, you have to use a car seat. Now, because our kids come in all shapes and sizes, car seats also do. So you have to use the right car seats for your child's developmental stage. You know, there's car seats designed for infants that is specifically designed to keep that fragile little newborn body safe. Then there are toddler seats, and then, of course, booster seats. And booster seats is the area of least compliance, and that is also the age group where most of our little child pedestrians die. So I urge parents to be in contact with us and go to our website. We have a huge amount of information there on all the aspects of children in and around traffic. but use a car seat, use it correctly. And then, of course, you as the driver, you need to take responsibility for every person in the vehicle with you. And then more than that, more than just driving legally, you have to drive lovingly, meaning it's a gentler way of driving. And it's a way of driving that consider all the other road users. You know, many of our children walk to school, and this is because parents have to leave way before the children leave to school. They already have to leave for work, so they cannot walk the kids to school. But let us look out for them as adults. We know where there's school areas. Slow down, drive slower. And there's projects like the walking bus, where adults in the community, one in front, one in the back, have a bus route, so to say, where they collect the kids homes and walk them to the school as a collective, and then in the afternoon come and fetch them again.
And
And then,
when you speak
sorry?
about driving gently, speaks to, you know, these stickers that you get on the back of the car. What do they say?
Passenger. Yeah.
Baby on board.
Child in, yes, yes,
Right,
baby
so we
on
need to be
board.
conscious that we are, you know, transporting these
Absolutely.
VIPs. So now
Absolutely.
you and I are having this conversation on Newzroom Afrika, right? But not everyone is awake right now. It's 8:24.
Yes.
How can we raise
Yes.
awareness about the importance of child safety in vehicles, particularly in South Africa?
We need to talk about it. Word of mouth is extremely powerful. We need to talk about it. Those parents who are watching us right now, go to our website. We have posters there that can be printed. Just print a poster, put it up at your creche, put it up at the preschool, the primary school, the clinic, at the exit of your complex. That is quiet activism that spreads the message. Because if you walk up to a parent and said, "Oi, you know, your child needs to be in car," you are getting an angry response from that parent. So yeah, so we need to talk about it, you know, raise awareness like you and I talk about it in our communities. We have to talk about it as well. And I want to let all parents know that our doors are open for advice, for car seats, how to keep kids safe, you know, what to do to get a scholar patrol at the school transport policy, all of those things. Let's talk about it. Let's move forward and keep our children safe.
All right. Peggy, before I let you go, are there any specific initiatives or programs that Wheel
Yes.
Well Child Protection Week and Youth Month are implementing to promote child safety in vehicles?
Certainly. So we have a wonderful sponsor in Super Quick. They have made all their dealerships available for our Car Seats for Kids campaign. Now, this is a campaign where we ask parents to donate their old car seats gathering dust, you know, that in the back of the garage or in the cupboard. Donate it to us, please. We will clean that seat and make sure it is safe before it goes to a parent who cannot afford one new. And we have handed out almost 12,000 car seats already over the years. And child road deaths have come down from just over 5,000 to 1,145 last year. And that is the power of community involvement and sponsorships. And Super Quick has also made it possible for us to do car seat handouts at their dealerships. So we go to the communities and meet the parents where they are at. But then we have another campaign that we call Halo Beanies. And this is a campaign that I absolutely adore. It is based on knitting beanies with reflection on incorporated in them. And we put a pack together that a sponsor can sponsor. And this goes to gogos in the community to knit and crochet beanies for the children in their community. Visibility is very, very powerful to keep children safe. And the reflection would reflect the light back to the driver and makes the children visible. So on a morning, you might see a child maybe at 30 meters. With visibility gear, you increase the distance to 150 meters, which gives plenty time for a driver to react and respond to seeing a child on the side of the road. But it doesn't just give them visibility, it gives them warmth as well. And it is something that keeps them safe in the mornings, in the evenings, and over weekends when children are most at risk for being hit by cars.
I love that. And Peggy, this is the last question. What message would you like to convey to parents, caregivers, and the broader community about child safety on the roads?
Think kids. It's as simple as that. In everything that you do, in and around vehicles, in parking lots, in your driveway, think kids. Think how your actions impact on your children. Children follow our example in what we do. You know, when you drive with your children, you are already training them to the driver they are going to be one day. So it's a huge responsibility. And I want parents to be aware of that. So that simple message, think kids.
That's powerful. When you are driving your kids, you are training them, you are already training them to be the driver they will be one day. Thank you very much for
That
your
goes to
time.
that.
I'm,
I
I'm,
just want to
I'm
add,
going to post that on X.
perfect.
That was Wheel Well founder Peggie Mars.